So we're going to be starting retreat pretty soon, which I think we're all looking forward to. And although we all want to have nice, blissful meditations, that's usually not what happens. Once in a while, maybe. But we begin to see the operations of our mind and see the emotions and the thoughts very clearly, the kinds of thoughts and emotions we have. And it can be very helpful to label them when we do, because then we can see, well, first of all, then we know what's going on. And then second of all, then we can see, well, what kind of antidote does the Buddha recommend to use in that kind of situation when that kind of thought or that kind of emotion is active in our mind. It's really important when we're labeling that we know how to label correctly, because sometimes what we label as an emotion is actually a way of assigning responsibility to somebody else for what we feel. For example, okay, if I say, I feel rejected, okay, now conventionally, you know, somebody says, I feel rejected. We kind of all know what that feels like. But is rejected a feeling? No, rejected isn't a feeling. You know, hurt, angry, lonely, sad, those are feelings. Rejected isn't a feeling. When we say, I feel rejected, what's going on in our mind is, you're rejecting me. Do you see what I mean? It's like, you're rejecting me. And so I don't quite know how to express that except to say, you're rejecting me. So I say I feel rejected, but actually rejected isn't a feeling. Okay? So if we watch, a lot of times when we're describing what we feel, we'll put it in that kind of language. Yeah? I feel like you didn't understand me. That's not telling how we feel. That's telling what we think the other person did or didn't do. Or if I say, I feel abandoned, I'm saying what I think they did. I'm not saying how I feel. Okay? So it's really important in these kinds of situations to, you know, if we catch ourselves saying it in that way, you know, and say, oh, is it, you know, is what I'm saying as a feeling really a feeling, or is this what I think somebody else is doing? They're abandoning me, they're rejecting me, they don't understand me, yeah? They're leaving me out. We say, I feel left out. We're really saying, you're leaving me out. Okay? So all these kinds of things to look, and if we catch ourselves using that language, then go back and realize that we have some kind of story going on there. And we need to really go back and see how it is, what the feeling is, even if we just say unpleasant or suffering or sad, just even something kind of general. But then notice that we have a story going on that we're attributing to the other person in somehow saying, you're making me feel this way. Yeah? And then, you see what I mean? Because, you know, you made me mad, then I have no responsibility for my anger. Yeah? And you did it. You did it. Okay? So to really check while we're labeling our emotions, that we label them in a way so that we can actually do something with them, instead of sit there and feel like, well, all these people are doing things to me. Mm-hmm.